Hello, guys. How are you? So we have 87 people already, and I have just started the lesson. Can you hear my voice? Let me know in the chat box. Can you hear my voice clearly? Yes? 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 Bravo. Perfect. Perfect. So let's see. All right. We have 81 people here. In this lesson, I wanted to answer your questions about learning the English language. Well, as I had announced earlier, I have recently received my IELTS certificate, and I love this. Well, it has been mirrored, so it's hard to read. But anyway, I love this. This is something I tried really hard for, and I finally achieved the maximum number, which is the maximum score, which is 9. And I am really glad. That's why I am going online right now. And in this lesson, let's keep it short and sweet. I am going to answer your questions. Let's see what questions you have. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of your kind messages I've been receiving since 2 days ago. Thank you so much. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. Oh, we see a lot of people. Zara, Sarah, Raiden, Alex, Messi, Cristiano. Oh my God. Hello, hello. Okay. Somebody said why English is given so much importance because it is the language of the world. Fun fact, the number of people who speak English but whose mother tongue is not English is more than the number of native English speakers. That is why English is so important. The number of non-native speakers, that number is higher than the number of native speakers. That is very important. About 1.2 billion people in the world speak in English. That is almost 1/8 of the world population. That's higher than any other language on this planet. That is Shasied. That is why English has been given so much importance. Okay. Somebody has asked a question about IELTS. It says you're showing Cambridge 15, but here in India we have 17. Well, it's not just in India. All over the world you can find 17, and soon you will be able to find Cambridge 18. So I have all of these books. It's not just one. I have all Cambridge books here. So I just showed you an example as 15. Somebody asked, how old are you? I am 29 years old. Next year I'll turn 30. I'm kind of sad, but, well, I'm trying to deal with it. IELTS vocabulary, how to learn IELTS vocabulary. 2 things you can do. You can, 1, read Cambridge. I always recommend Cambridge books. Cambridge vocabulary for IELTS. And 2, academic word list. These 2 are very important. Bob, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the kind comments I can see in the chat box. Any other questions? Let me see. Somebody said, I need vocabulary. Read the book Vocabulary for IELTS. It's a very good book, but reading vocabulary alone is not going to help you. You have to realize that there are 6 elements: vocabulary, grammar, and reading, writing, listening, speaking. These 6 elements are important. I'm waiting for your new video. I will come up with a new video. So far, I've been really busy preparing for IELTS, preparing my IELTS course, updating all the courses of English I have on my website. I've been really busy. So soon I will start creating more videos for you. It says, listening is my problem. Listening is one of the receptive skills. That means you receive information, you analyze, and then you give back. It requires practice. It requires understanding of different types of questions that may come up in the IELTS exam. You need to do preparation. I have recorded about 12, 13 lessons on listening. They are being edited. So, somebody noticed my Polimi diploma. This is my master's degree, Politecnico di Milano. Very, very clever of you to notice it. Anything else? Messi or Ronaldo? How about both? Right? I'm not going to say which one, but I like both. I see good points in both of them. I like to join your classes. At the end of this live, I will tell you how to do so. How can we incorporate new vocabulary when we talk? I have recorded a video, my sawa. I've recorded a video, know many words, but can't speak. That video has received about 7 million views on my YouTube channel. Go watch it. I have explained completely. It's correct to say American or English? Yes, but it's better to say American or British. How can I improve my grammar in a short time? Do grammar courses, but listen, grammar, if you want to read grammar books, you will have to read 3 books, each book containing about 100 lessons. That would be 300 lessons. Too much. You cannot do it in short time. If you want to do it in short time, you need to join a grammar course. You can join my courses. I have selected the most important ones. At the end of the video, I will explain. Other questions? Somebody said, what is simple present? Well, your question, the question that you typed, is simple present. It is the present tense. Which book did you use for your IELTS? I used about a lot of books. It's not just the books I used. For example, let me show you an example. One of the books I used, one of the 30 books I used was this. It's Objective Proficiency. This is C2. And as you noticed, in IELTS, I achieved C2. So that's why I read this book, but I'm not recommending it to anyone because this is C2. It's a very, very difficult book. It's one of the 30 books I studied. I also studied a lot of Cambridge books, Cambridge IELTS 14, 15, 16, 17. And I studied another book which was very, very helpful. One of the 30 books I studied is English Collocation in Use Advanced Level. Very good for your vocabulary. Amazing book. So again, I'm telling you, I studied about 30 different books and I have been teaching English for 10 years. So my general knowledge of English is very good. That's how I could prepare for the test in 2 months only. Now, in the next month, probably I will record a video on YouTube telling you how I achieved IELTS 9 maximum score. I'm so happy about it. Other questions? How to improve grammar? Well, grammar is very important in IELTS. Grammar, vocabulary, reading, writing, listening, speaking. 4 skills and 2 sub-skills. These 2 are the foundation. That's why I always tell everyone to first focus on your grammar and vocabulary. Then start practicing reading, writing, listening, speaking. First, grammar and vocabulary. That's very important. How? You can join my courses. At the end of the video, I will tell you of a very, very good discount I'm going to have soon. Somebody said, what is up? Well, nothing much. Life is going, it's going. And I just, try to challenge myself as much as I can and to help other people as much as I can. Please give me information about IELTS. Well, I have seen this a lot. Many students ask what IELTS is. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. It's a testing system that has been developed by 3 parties. 1 is British Council, 2 is IDP Australia, and 3 is Cambridge University Assessment. Okay, this is, if I don't say the best, I have to say one of the best assessment, let's say, foundations of the English language. This is one of the ways in which you can assess your English language. And if you want to study abroad in a foreign university, you have to take the academic module. If you want to immigrate to an English-speaking country, you have to take the general module. So that is IELTS. That is what IELTS is. Minimum score is 1, maximum is 9. And what else? Questions? Thank you so much for your advice. You're welcome. I'm here to help. Could you please mention the link for the books or names? Well, there are 30, 40 books, and the links I have are in Italy. If you are not in Italy, you have to find the books yourselves. So you have to search on the internet, perhaps trying to find different books. But to my experience, and this is very important, You already, I am sure that you have already heard the name of many of these books, but you have never worked with them. Why? Because 30 books, that's like, listen, this is one book. Imagine you have to study 30 books. That is too much, right? It can get really difficult if you don't have a teacher. That's why I don't recommend self-studying lots of books. That could get really confusing. And plus, there is no one to correct your problems. So that's challenging. Somebody said something about TOEFL. Let me just say. Oh, Sarayu Venkatesan said it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I hope I have pronounced it correctly. How to improve speaking. There is a book called Speak Now by Jack C. Richards. On the cover of the book, there is a sentence saying, the only way to become a fluent English speaker is to speak more and more and more and more. That is the only way. But before you start speaking, you need to know how to speak. That is, you have to learn grammar, you have to learn vocabulary, you need to do several exercises in order to be ready to start speaking. Somebody said, because I have learned other languages in the past 3 years and I don't use English, it has become difficult for me. When you study several languages and when you don't pay attention to one language for a while, you forget about that. But go back to practicing it. You will fix it. I mean, I'm sure you will have no problem because you already had the background in English. So do you think grammar is necessary during speaking? Very good question. Listen up, guys. Is grammar important for speaking? We have two types of grammar. One kind of grammar is explicit grammar. What do I mean? Well, explicit grammar is your knowledge of grammar on paper. So if I tell you that simple present is I play tennis, this is my explicit knowledge of grammar. Now, when I have this explicit and active knowledge of grammar, that is good, but for writing, not for speaking. For speaking, you must turn your active knowledge into passive knowledge. What do I mean? You have to practice so much and in the correct way that when you are speaking, you are using the grammatical tenses, but not actively. You're doing it passively, subconsciously. You are thinking about grammar without actually thinking about grammar. How can you reach this point? Through exercise and practice. First, you learn on paper. Then you practice on paper. Then you practice what you have written on paper orally. Then you put the paper down and you practice orally, right? There are several stages. I have covered everything in my online English courses on my website. At the end of this video, I will explain about what I'm going to do in the next 2 days. Big news. Okay, somebody asked a good question. What will you recommend for IELTS reading? How can I improve it? Well, one of the things you can do first is to read the academic word list. That is the list of all the academic words you are going to need. Second, you need to practice reading. So you can actually use some of the IELTS books in order to practice reading. But also before that, I recommend reading other things online. Perhaps reading websites, articles online, not thinking about IELTS, but generally actively reading. In fact, again, reading is one of the parts in which I have added recently to my online courses. Again, by joining the courses, you will be able to improve your reading skill as well. Somebody said, congratulate Elizabeth Ibrahim. Congratulations on your IELTS certificate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, somebody said, which ways of learning new words do you recommend? I have recorded a video on my YouTube channel talking about how to learn new words. Go watch it. That video has received about 3 million views. One of the best videos on my channel. How to improve speaking without grammar? You cannot. Abdul Rahman Muhammad asked, how to improve speaking without grammar? You cannot. It's impossible to improve speaking without grammar. What you need to do is to improve speaking without thinking about grammar, right? Big difference. What do I mean? You need to turn the active knowledge of grammar into passive so that when you are speaking, you are dealing with grammar, but at the same time, you're not thinking about the structure. Because If you think about the structure, it's like, hello, I'm talking right now, so I should use present continuous. That means I am teaching English. Next time, so that will take time. That is why I said first you need to follow a procedure. First on paper, then you practice on paper, then you look at the paper, practice orally, then you put the paper down, practice orally, and then occasionally check. All right, these are the steps I have taken on my online English courses. Will podcasts help in becoming fluent? Absolutely. Speaking and listening are linked, right? If you speak but your listening is not good enough, you will not be able to understand and to communicate. At the same time, if you understand but you cannot speak, you cannot communicate. These two skills are linked. So, working on your listening can help your speaking, and working on your speaking can also help your listening. Can you tell us your IELTS study plan? I will record a video on that. Complete video telling you how I achieved IELTS 9. How to improve spelling mistakes. In fact, one of the reasons why I get, IELTS for the writing score, I got 8.5 and not 9. Why? Because for one word, I'm going to write in the chat, I misspelled the word emission. I was talking about greenhouse gas emissions, and the word emission has one M double S, but I mixed them up and I wrote double M double S. One spelling mistake. How to avoid spelling mistakes? Well, you have to first, you need to be able to identify the mistakes you have. For that, you can ask your teacher to help you with, or you can type your text, the text that you have written, on a Word document. The Word document itself will underline the misspelled words. Then you will write down the misspelled words on a piece of paper, and doing this 1 month will give you a list of all the words that you misspell. So you go back to the list, you practice all of them, and then you will get rid of this issue. Somebody said, which is better, IELTS or TOEFL? I would personally say no difference at all. Whichever one you like better. To my understanding, IELTS is more practical than TOEFL. But again, no difference at all. Both of the tests are reliable. Both of the tests are accepted by almost all institutes across the world. In the past, TOEFL was better for the US if you wanted to go to the US. But now, IELTS, TOEFL, the same. Are you in Italy? Yes, Mari. Yes, I am. I'm in Italy right now, in Milan. You're the best teacher and best friend. So happy to hear that. Maddie, how to improve English? That's a very general topic. How can I think in English? Very good question, Abdullah Al-Ranes. Very good question. In fact, in one of the videos I have recorded on my YouTube, I've talked about how to think in English. I recommend watching all the videos in one of my playlists, which is called English Speaking Skill. In that playlist, if you go to my channel, you will find the playlist. The playlist is called English Speaking Skill. In that playlist, I have recorded 9 videos for you. In those 9 videos, I have talked about how to reach fluency, how to speak like a native speaker, how to improve your accent, how to use audio in order to improve your speaking, how to practice at home, some techniques such as speech shadowing or imitation technique, how to think in English. Watch all those 9 videos. I highly recommend it. I'm from Iraq and I love you so much. You made me better in English. So happy to hear that. By the way, I love your book. Have you downloaded my book? Go to my website, pokenglish.com/book. You can download my book if you haven't. 400 pages I have prepared for you. So glad that you're using my book. I'm so happy for that. It's for free, by the way. You can download it for free. What is speech shadowing? Go watch my playlist I just explained. Go watch the playlist called English Speaking Skill on my channel. Somebody said, how to become an advanced English speaker. First, you need to become an advanced English in terms of grammar and vocabulary. Then, in terms of reading and listening. Then, in terms of writing and speaking. Listen, IELTS has, again, I'm going to show this. IELTS has four. Oh, this one is not, these two, forget about these two. There are 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking, right? 2 of these skills, 2 of them are receptive, which means you only receive the information. Which 2? Reading and listening. These 2 are the skills in which you do not produce anything of your brain. You just receive information. In listening, you will hear everything. In reading, you will read everything. But the other 2 skills are speaking and writing. You are given nothing. You just have to produce the content. These 2 are challenging. So first, I recommend working on your sub skills, grammar and vocabulary. Then work on your receptive skills, listening and reading. Then, and only then, work on your productive skills, writing and speaking. 6 elements. That is the path that I follow on my online English courses on my channel. Soon I will tell you at the end of this video about a big discount I'm going to have for the next 2 days. How much marks are we required to pass IELTS? Listen, it depends on what you are going to do. For example, some universities require a 6.5. Some embassies require a 6. Some other universities, better universities, require a 7 or a 7.5, right? If you want to be a teacher, you need 9, 8.5, 9. So it really depends on what goal you have. What are you drinking? Rosanna asked. It's tea, black tea. I have downloaded your book and it's very good. Glad to hear it. How can I join your courses? I will explain soon. My English is B2, but my speaking is A2. Yes, that is because you have worked on your grammar and vocabulary, but you have not practiced speaking. You need to practice speaking. Somebody said, start IELTS preparation on your YouTube channel soon. Abbas Ali, soon. Next month, I'm going to start working on IELTS videos. I will create a playlist on IELTS. Where do you live? I live in Milan. Luna Alexander asked. Who motivated you to start YouTubing? Well, the reason why I started YouTubing was because I wanted to teach people. I think one of the platforms which allow you to teach people is YouTube. Much better than Instagram. Many people have asked about my Instagram. I don't have an Instagram account because on Instagram I cannot teach you like I can on YouTube. So that's why I am focused on YouTube. Milano Brent said, can I take IELTS if I study your course? Yes, of course. I mean, after studying, basis of IELTS is your general knowledge of English. And my courses cover all the things you need for the general aspect of English. Where is the link of your book? Go to my website, pokenglish.com/book. How to understand English movies. I have a very amazing article. Go to Google, something fun. Don't go to my web. Go to Google. On Google, search describe movies in English. The first website is mine. Go to that link, read everything about how to understand movies and how to describe movies. Okay. Is your course free? No. The courses I have on my website are not for free because I have spent 3 years developing them. I have worked for 3 years. That's why I do not give them for free, but I teach on YouTube for free. I'm having this live lesson with you for free. I'm doing a lot of things for free, but my courses are very precious. I have taught a lot of things on my courses. That is, in my opinion, one of the most complete courses that is out there. I'm not giving them for free, but I record a lot of videos on YouTube. So if you cannot join the courses, you can watch my videos on YouTube. However, for the next 2 days, I have a big offer. I will explain soon. Is it possible to take 9 score on IELTS as a non-native speaker? I am a non-native speaker and I got IELTS 9. So it's possible. Yes, why not? And one more thing, I know a lot of native speakers who are unable to get 9. Simply because you can speak a language does not mean you are able to ace the IELTS test. I know native speakers who have scored 7. So it's not really about just the knowledge, but also the technique, also the way you use the knowledge you have. How about visiting Egypt? I would love to. Right now, I'm really busy, but I would love to visit Egypt. Okay. One more question before I tell you about the offer that I have on my courses for those who are interested. Why you like English so much? I love English because it's the language that enables me and enables us to connect, right? Right now, Raidan Fernandez, where are you from? I'm not speaking my language and you're not speaking your language. We're using English as a link to connect to each other. And that is why I love English. It is the language of the world. It is a very standard language and I love it. It enables us to communicate even though we are not from the same country. Okay. Lots of questions I see. I want to mimic your speaking. You can do this. Watch the playlist as I explained, which is called English Speaking Skill on my channel. Watch that. I have explained how to do so. Marie said that's true. What's true, Mary or Marie? Somebody said with lots of question marks, Baksti Imomov, how much your online course for intermediate? Right now, for beginner, it's $89. For intermediate, it's $99, but and for the advanced level, it's $109. But overall, it's like $297, all 3 courses. $297. But I realize it's really difficult for some students to purchase in dollars. That's why for the next 2 days, like tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, until 23rd of February, lesson up, you can get 3 levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, with a big discount. Instead of paying $297, you will only pay $99 plus you will receive 1 free session of Zoom speaking with me, and you will receive 1 webinar for free. That is the massive offer I have. Starting tomorrow, and listen closely, starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I will share the link on my YouTube. You will see it. And if you go to my website, you will see the offer. You will be able to join beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I have shared all my secrets on how I achieved IELTS 9. This is my proof that you are in the right place, right? So joining my course, I'm going to hold this closer so that my voice is clear. Joining my courses is your last effort in learning the English language. It's so complete. Plus, you will be able to ask your questions directly from me. So whenever you have a problem during your course, you can contact me. I will be able to answer you as soon as possible. I'm almost always available 24/7. Always having my phone here. I receive notifications. If you notice right now, somebody has texted me. So I receive a lot of notifications from my students. I immediately respond. So from tomorrow, only 2 days until 23rd, because 23rd is the digital learning day, I have selected a very big discount on my courses. From tomorrow, 9 a.m., go to my website. You will be able to register. This is only for 2 days. Then everything will go back to normal. Don't miss this chance. One more question, and that is it. Just one thing, guys. A lot of you have been asking about my religion. Does it really matter? We are here to learn English. Let's just focus on that, okay? I'm preparing for IELTS. Can I take 7 in 6 months? Yes, you can. It depends on your general English. It depends on how good are you with English. It depends on a number of factors, but it's possible. 6 months is a good period. Somebody said, which phone do you use? It's an old iPhone. It's iPhone 11. iPhone 11 Pro. It's very good for recording videos for me because I record a lot of videos. But not just this. I have recently started using this Sony camera, and I think you've noticed my videos have changed a little bit. So I purchased this camera in order to record better videos, higher quality videos for you. And I'm also recording my IELTS course with this. So in the past, I used to record with this, but now I have shifted to Sony. All right, guys, how can I speak fast? Go watch my playlist, which is called English Speaking Skill. I have shared everything with you. Who's your favorite player? What player? Music player, football player, tennis player? Which one? And one more question I'm going to answer so that how to improve writing skill with a lot of red question marks. As I said, in order to be a good writer, you need to be a good reader. So first work on your reading skill, then work on your grammar, then work on your vocabulary, then and only then go to writing. How much your online course for intermediate? For intermediate, Baxi, as I explained, normally it's 99, but tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, you'll be able to get beginner, intermediate, advanced, all three for 99. Big discount. I receive a lot. What basketball team do you support? I really don't watch basketball games. I don't know if I don't know any teams really. I do watch football. I watch tennis, but not basketball. Okay, guys, that's it. Well, I really love helping you. There are lots of questions, never-ending questions. But let me go one more question. Does handwriting matter? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It matters a lot. If your handwriting is not legible, if the examiner is not able to read your handwriting, then he's not going to score your writing. It's very important. It's important to write correctly. It's important to write clean, right? How can I know, understanding the soul, nice name. How can I know my English language level? Go to my website. On the top right corner, you see placement test. Take that test, it's for free. You will see what level you have. Somebody said, do you like cricket? I do like cricket, but I don't know how to play it. What is your qualification? Somebody asked. I have master's degree from Polytechnic University of Milan. And I have IELTS 9 plus, it's not a qualification, but it's something I'm really proud of, my gold play button and also my silver play button. These two are thanks to you guys. Thanks for being my subscriber. Okay, thank you so much for all your nice questions. Again, don't forget, tomorrow morning, I will also announce it on my YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning for 2 days, you can use that big offer. Don't forget. Thank you all for coming here. I will do another live lesson, perhaps the day after tomorrow. Again, I will announce on my YouTube so that I can answer more questions. Have a lovely evening. I mean, here is night. I don't know if it's morning in your country, but bye-bye. Thank you all again for coming.